A lot of people have gotten less interest on Natasha and Akpabio case because Natasha herself have gotten a lot of people to derive less interest in the case because she refused to provide an evidence. But this video is mainly for people that have actually been waiting for Natasha to provide an evidence since she have been alleging. She refused to drop an evidence. Finally, Natasha have submitted her phone and they have dig into Natasha's phone. You will see everything in Natasha's folder. Everything have been dug out. Everywhere is boiling right now because Akpabio is in serious trouble at the moment. So I'd like us to stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video as you're watching it, just want to share it. You will see everything that Natasha have on his phone, and if you can share the video, just like it, give it a thumb up. So that's to recommend for us. Just stay connected. I'll come back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, just want to click the registration button appearing on your video screen, and at the same time click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop an new video in few hours time, YouTube easily let you know. You know, I said it earlier, I said a lot of people have gotten sick and tired of Natasha case. You know, a lot of people keep coming and they say Natasha is just there alleging. She did not release any evidence. Even when Sandra Duro came out to provide evidence against Natasha still don't come out to provide her own evidence, and she keeps saying that she had evidences against Akpabio. So a lot of people have come up with the conclusion that Natasha had no evidence. She just there alleging on empty ground. But finally the question have been answered. Natasha's phone have been submitted. Natasha submitted her phone few hours ago, and they finally dig into Natasha's phone. Everything they saw on Natasha's phone is actually mind-blowing. Nobody even expected that this woman can have all those kind of things on her phone. Now they dig into Natasha's phone and brought out different series of evidence that she refused to release since all this while based on Akpabio case. You will see things for yourself in this very video, so I would like us to stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video as you're watching and just want to share it, share to the first social media platforms, let it go viral, let a lot of people get to know what is happening as far as Natasha and Akpabio case is concerned. If you can share the video, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will recommend for us. You know, after back and front, after they saw everything that Natasha actually kept on her phone, after they saw all the things, all the evidence that she actually put on her phone against Akpabio and all of that, they were forced to ask Natasha the question, since all this while, since you have all these evidences, even the ones that we do not even know, the one that we do not even think about, Natasha got everything. That is why this woman always feel like she's unshakable, and according to what she had on her phone now, she's really unshakable because all she had against Akpabio, they actually mind-blowing. When they saw everything that she actually kept on her phone, they were forced to ask her, why don't you release all this evidence, since they be coming up to bring out evidences against you, evidences upon evidences and all of that, but you refuse to come up with your own evidence, but you keep saying you have evidence. But Natasha said they did not give her good ground to release the evidence. You know, I've been saying that in previous videos that I've made on this platform. I said Natasha have said that thing before, that they did not give her a good ground to actually provide all her evidences that she actually had against Akpabio. But a lot of people are not paying attention to it. The same thing is what Natasha said when they asked her about everything that she had on her phone. You know, Natasha said they did not give her good ground to actually provide the evidences. She said they did not investigate into the matter. You know, according to everything that Natasha said, Natasha actually bring out fresh allegations against Akpabio. Based on all the evidences that they saw on her phone, they actually drive out new allegations against Akpabio again. Where this matter is really going, a lot of Nigerians will open their mouth, they will not be able to close it because this Natasha in question is having a lot on the phone. Now I will play you the full video for you to see everything that Natasha kept on the phone, and first of all hear what Natasha said in a particular interview that was granted to her a few hours ago, and during the video you will see how they actually dig into Natasha's phone. For those of you that will think that you've seen the video before, I'm betting you're gonna miss a lot on this very video because I will be playing you series of videos during the same interview. Just stay connected to see everything the way it goes, how they dig out everything against Akpabio, including the fresh allegations. Just stay connected. If you can share the video, share it. If you can share it, just like it. I'm coming back again.
When in his office, usually I tend to avail myself to, attend some meetings. Maybe he's receiving guests, ambassadors, or dignitaries from agencies or stuff. So I usually attend the meetings. So at one of those gatherings, he then went, Senator Duaha, you haven't reported progress. And I was like, reported progress? He said, yes, that I'm supposed to report progress. So I said, okay, give me a few days, I'll report progress. He said, fine. So I went later on, made a PowerPoint presentation of my activities as a chair then, the meetings we've held, the timeline of events, the action plans. And then I went back to him and I was like, okay, sir, I'm ready to tender my progress report. And then he went, okay, where is it? And then I opened my laptop and I was like, okay, this is it. And he laughed. And I was like, oh, why are you laughing, sir? He said, don't I know the meaning of reporting progress? And I said, I thought it's to give you a feedback on my activities so far. And then he now referred me to a senior senator. He said, why don't you go meet this person and let him educate you on what report progress means. So I went to meet the senator and I was like, sir, I usually respect, anyone who knows me will know that I respect my colleagues, even though I respect my seniors, even though we're colleagues. So I went, sir, I was told to approach you so you'll guide me on what reporting progress meant. And he laughed. He was like, it means I should give kickbacks to him. I was like, what do you mean kickbacks? He said money, projects, other perks. I was like, how do you mean I need to return? He said, well, as a chairman of committee, and I'm saying this is me, I don't know if this happens to other as a chairman, but if anyone is courageous enough, they could probably speak. So it's more like the Senate President tasking the chairman of all the committees that periodically they're supposed to bring money to him or jobs. And I went, how am I supposed to make money and report to the Senate President? And he said, well, I have to harass the agencies or the ministers that report to me. And for me, since I was chairperson local content, that means I have the Minister of Petroleum, I have also the Minister of Gas, who is the co-chair, who was made later on the co-chairman of the board. Then I also have the Executive Secretary, Engineer Felix. So that means I'm supposed to harass them for returns to periodically give money to the Senate President or jobs. And I was like, I can't do that. And they were like, well, that's the norm under him. So I had to. So I later on went to the Senate President. I was like, sir, I understand what report progress means, but unfortunately, I can't do that. I also told my husband that was like, wow, so it means it's more like you extort or harass so that you can pacify or parley the Senate President in order to keep your position. So I didn't do that. And he later, a number of times, he was like, Natasha, if you don't know how to harass the chairman, that means you don't, if you don't know how to harass the ministers, that and the Executive Secretary of Local Content, that means you're not capable of running the committee. So that means to the Senate President Akpabio, deliverables are not tied to objectivity and performance. It's more like what returns come to him. And I know a number of times he has told me to invite to bring the chairman, the Executive Secretary over to him, but I refused. Till date, I never forced or coerced any of the ministers to meet with him. If they met the Senate President and parleyed on their own, I don't know about that, but on me. So that's just to give you an idea of the coercion that happens behind the scene that people don't know. And when people think of, budget padding, that many people do blame the senators. I don't know about it. I've never padded budget, but I've seen the unnecessary pressure that a number of senators have to face, not because they were willing to do it for themselves, but because they have to satisfy some political lords right in the Senate there. So that's just one example of the pressure and what it means to, and let me say this again. Yesterday I saw a video of a senator, Senator Sani Musa, who was asked to define what's it called? Harmonize the word I don't know if you saw it, was trending. And I would say this, Senator Sani Musa is one of the most intelligent senators right there. But they say what I saw there was just the Senate President putting him on the spot. And as a human being, so sometimes when, like, it was unintentional to me, it's unintentional act to ridicule him. And that's how the Senate president acts sometimes. He just calls on you and makes a joke, makes a remark, and he thinks you should laugh at that remark, because that's happened to me a number of times. Either he objectifies my body, how I look, how I act, how I'm talking, and most of the time it's always sexualized. And that is what people should know, that as a boss, he's not supposed to do that, because we're all colleagues and we all have to be respected. So that's just one part of it, what it means like to work with him.
You just made some serious allegations, by the way, which because I don't want you getting another lawsuit because you came on my show, but you've just made some serious allegations again about the Senate president.
Reporting progress, that's it. He always asks several times, listen, he said if any senator wants to be honest, they'll say the chairman committee. He's asked me a number of times, report progress, and he's threatening to remove me as a chair. And let me say this, I should have probably sent you after the groundbreaking ceremony of the 5 mini LNG plants. That was what actually, like I said, there was a sexual harassment part, but then it got to a point where if Natasha is going to succeed, she has to succeed under my wings. She can't just be thriving. She won Senator of the Year. She did a fantastic 1-year celebration, all of this, while my success should be connected to his own approvals as someone who is involved with him. That's how he wanted it to be. So, if we're one country, then we should support each other. Each region should support each other's strength. So let me send you this screenshot, please. It's very important you see this.
I want you to be able to express yourself, but also keep in mind there's so many topics that we would love to cover. Now, a lot of Nigerians...
I've sent you, so we can round this part up, I've sent you Senator Jerigbe's message to me that morning, the morning I was removed as chair of the committee. You could tell from his tone that the leadership of the National Assembly were questioning the citation of the plants in Kogi. You can put the text up there. Senator Jerigbe, I'm so sorry I have to do this.
Okay, so would this be implicate Senator Jerigbe in any way?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I don't think. He's a nice person, and the truth is, he too wasn't aware of it. He only got to know about the gas plant a few days before the groundbreaking. Like I told you, it was an executive order from the president. And also, one thing is, anyway.
Okay, let's take it one at a time. Don't forget, I have only asked one question, and like I said, I have a million questions. I can already see in the section, people have a lot of questions for you. Now, a lot of Nigerians have also been saying that, of course, now your suspension has been since March.
This is the 84th day. We're 84 days into my suspension. 84 days that my entire senatorial district have been denied representation.
So I'm very sure that you would have seen this a lot on social media, especially, and some Nigerians that are saying things like, this is not the first time that you're accusing somebody of sexual harassment. Are you the only one? You've accused this person. Actually, your colleague, Senator Nwambui, also said this on Arise News. I'm going to play the video. I really want you to address that, because is it true that you've been accusing several people of sexual harassment? And then we will come to, was there sexual harassment? Did they actually happen? That's one of the things that a lot of people have been asking about, as well as what's about your evidence? When will you make it public? Things like that. So let me start out by playing the video of Senator Nwambui.
Is that this is a complete falsehood. This is an attempt to discredit the Senate president. And this is not the first time. Just give me some time. This is not the first time this woman is doing this. This is a woman that have accused Ayabelo of sexual harassment. This is the same woman that have accused the... I'm coming. Allow me to flow. Allow me to flow.
Okay.
This is the same woman that accused Reno Mokri, the former media aide to Jonathan, of sexual harassment. This is a woman I saw on a video yesterday accusing a minister of sexual harassment. Are you the only woman in Nigeria, Senator Natasha? What is wrong with you?
Oh, your mic.
But Senator Nwambui.
Okay, so you want to talk about
yes, thank you so much, ADEOLA, for this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me thank you so much for this. I would say this categorically. I have never accused any other person of sexual harassment apart from Senator Akpabio. I never accused Yahaya Bello of sexual harassment. And I never accused Reno Omokri of sexual harassment. I don't know if you have that screenshot of the text message that I sent.
Okay.
That was the text message that started the whole thing. And I think this is, if Nigerians can go back to the post, it was like, this is my response to one of his posts on Facebook in the year 2019 or 2020. And I said, hey, it was a conversation whereby he was attacking one of my wards, a girl who felt really bad. And then she was being dragged. So I went there and I made this statement, like, I understand how boring and bitter life must be for you away in the US on asylum. No more access to your numerous iPhone 2 girlfriends, most of whom you got into show P through your office as an SA to the president, to President Goodluck Jonathan. Weren't you married then? I rejected your silly advances in 2014 at the Villas Banquet Hall during President Uhuru Kenyatta's reciprocated visit. I gave you a fake name and a fake phone number, but so it just pretty much ended after that. So if anyone can actually go to the post, you'll be able to extract the full one. I will appreciate it. So here it is. That is the only time. I mean, that does not amount to sexual harassment. What I said is, we were at an event and he walked to me, being friendly, asked for my number, asked for my name. I gave him a fake name, a fake number. So we never got in touch because it was fake name and fake number. So the bone of contention at that point was that he said he wasn't in the country, that it wasn't him I saw. There must have been somebody else. But I insisted that no, I saw you, and that was what transpired. And then that's how the whole thing ended. He put up pictures of his passport with a stamp, and he also presented a ticket which proves that he wasn't in the country at that time. But I was like, you know what, we know how people get the stamps. Sometimes people like, you know what, I'm not trying to implicate the immigration so, but there's what they call the Luole passport and all of this stuff. So I was like, I can sit here and get my travel agent to generate 5 tickets to different countries, and that doesn't mean I really traveled. So it was more like, was he the one I saw at the villa? Wasn't he the one I saw at the villa? Did he travel? Was he in the country? It was never sexual harassment. I never accused Reno Mokri of sexual harassment ever. So I was actually surprised when an incident that happened years back, where it was not reported as sexual harassment, suddenly became a sexual harassment matter, like him adding the voice to it. I'm surprised. And on the minister where he said, I spoke, I remember it was on the floor, one Senator Fashusi from Ekiti State, Senator Cyril made a statement that, I actually accused his former governor, His Excellency FAYEHUN, of sexual harassment. I never did, and I'm so glad that he actually came up to clear the air that I never accused him. So I didn't accuse Yahaya Bello. We never had any relationship whatsoever that was in that line. It was more political, him antagonizing my election in 2019 and then 2023. So the Senate President Godswill Akpabio is the first Nigerian man that I'm actually coming up to speak against sexual harassment. But that does not mean, let me say this, that does not mean that I've not been sexually harassed by others in the past, right, from my university days, because sexual harassment happens so rampantly to many Nigerian women. I can bet you if Nigerian women are to do Me Too, we will probably see a ratio of about 80% of Nigerian women, and people don't really understand what sexual harassment is. They think that it's like rape. Do you understand? It could happen like wrong gestures. It could be denial of rights or dues just because the woman has not given in. There are people who make passes at me, and I just joke about, like, please excuse me, I'm married, and have you seen my husband? Flat tummy, dark, handsome, please, you can't match him, and it ends there. So there are times when we just make a joke at Natasha, but you're fine, I want to say, excuse me, please, so look at your pot belly, where would you put this body? We just joke about it and it ends there. Do you understand? But when a person makes advances at you and he doesn't take no for an answer, probably because he feels it massages the ego or whatever, and then it now begins to inhibit to your work or turns to malice, that now becomes harassment when the person doesn't take your no for an answer. So that's what it is. And of course, like I said, I've subjected myself. Indeed, I saw statements on the news about the presidential panel being set up. Yes, I was contacted I think it's the first week of April or so.
Reno said you paid him. Did you pay Reno?
I didn't pay him. I didn't pay him nothing. I don't know what he's talking about. He should bring proof. I didn't pay Reno nothing. No, he said my husband paid him. That was what he said. And I asked my husband. My husband said, no, he never did. So he should bring proof of that. You can't just come up and say, I accuse you. Yes, I think as a matter of fact, I should maybe, if this continues, and I will have to take action, whereby he would then have to present proof of where I accuse him of sexual harassment and where such payments were made, because you can't just wake up one morning and begin to attack. Speaking up on sexual harassment is one of the most difficult things anyone can do. And many women actually go to their graves with that. Many men live with their wives without knowing that their wives have been sexually harassed at workplaces, or because they're scared of being judged. And right now, we keep seeing a lot of men complain that the DNAs go wrong, that the children their wives birthed are not theirs. But the men should sit back and wonder, why do they think some of these things go wrong? They sleep with their wives go to the office, and for any promotion, her boss sleeps with her. So along this line, babies will be born who do not belong to their husbands, because the woman is not given a fair chance to speak of whatever disadvantages she's faced. And somehow sexual harassment has become a norm in Nigeria. It's almost like, do you know, there were actually women that approached me and said, Natasha, you are slacking. The number 3 citizen was making pass at you and you didn't take advantage of that. Yes, I do have my evidence, and I will tender the evidence at the appropriate place. Like I did say, I thought the Committee on Ethics and Privileges would be the first place for me to tender my evidence, but that did not happen. And then I thought also the presidential panel will be another place, but that also did not happen. So at the next opportunity that I have to tender my evidence, which I also have witnesses.
So they didn't let you tender your evidence at the...
I was never called upon to speak, no. I was never called upon. I was never called anywhere. There's never been an inquiry into that where I was called to tender my case.
Okay. So we're running out of time. Like I said, I really want to take questions from people, and we have not even gotten to Sandra Duru's drama. But actually, let's go into Sandra Duru's drama. But I just want to say real quick, though, that you do have a number of petitions against the Senate President, against Yaya Bello, against Onwemboyi also, and against Sandra Duru. Has any of your petitions been addressed?
Thanks, ADEOLA. As a matter of fact, I have all the petitions listed, 12 of them in total. The first petition on March 11th, second March 25th, then March 31st, then April 4th, April 24th, April 28th, April 29th, May 2nd, May 6th, May 15th, May 19th. May 19th, had several petitions written to all the security agencies, and unfortunately there's been no investigation, and these petitions are all interwoven from threat to life, withdrawal of my security, assassination attempts. That when Sandra Duru made the live video on the 1st of May, I did write my first petition against her on the 6th of May. I think I did send you a copy. And then after the interview where Frances and Obina spoke up, we then had to make another interview because we could then see that there was a connection with the Senate President. So we now wrote another one against Sandra Duru and the Senate President. That was on the 15th of May. And unfortunately, none of these petitions have been investigated. And but when my lawyers went public with this, with the cause that there is bias in the investigation, in the activities of the police. That was 4 days ago. When my lawyers went public with that, surprisingly, yesterday my lawyer told me that they received a letter of notice of investigation from the Inspector General of Police's monitoring unit. Just yesterday, my lawyer told me. So And the question I have in mind now is,
This was the one against Senator Peter Oyekachu Wemboyi.
yeah, but when they didn't respond, so we went to court.
And this was the one against Sandra Duru.
Yes,
right?
this was on the 6th of May. If you see 6th of May, just right after her, where I mentioned that all those things she said, that I called Nigerian gullible and hungry. I offered to pay her 200 million to blackmail Akpabio, that I said I'm there to destroy the Yoruba government. I listed everything, that's all false and they should investigate. Nothing happened on that. What is this one? This was 4th of April. The thoughts to assassinate me. Yes, I did write this. Before I even went to, I wrote a petition before I even made an appearance on Show Akimbaloyo's show.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see everything that is actually going on between Natasha and Akpabio now. You know, Natasha isn't backing down. If you look at this video very well, Natasha isn't even scared, even for the fact that the federal government actually put themselves in the matter and they're trying to sue her. And a lot of people are saying the federal government actually put themselves in the matter just to bring her down, silent her forever, and she will never return to the Senate even after the 6-month suspension. But everything is alleged to. But looking at what Natasha did in this very interview again, Natasha made it known before they dig into her phone and she released all those evidences. She made it known that Akpabio did budget padding again. You can see everything that Natasha said. She even came up with fresh allegations against Akpabio again. The existing allegation that she put on Akpabio, she have not provided an evidence according to what a lot of people are actually saying. But yeah, this woman is still coming up with another allegation again, fresh one precisely. She said it bold and clear. You can get back to the video again. She made it known to the general public that Akpabio is involved in budget padding allegedly. She said Akpabio is even involved in harassing ministers in the FCT and all of that, and by so doing extorting money from them. If they should give them money for a particular project, Akpabio will do everything possible to squeeze the life out of them through harassment and get a lot of money from it, get a lot of money from the project. Allegedly, Natasha said it is her own way. She said everything in this very video. That shows that this woman is not even scared of the fact that they can actually come for her with fresh allegations again. Even the existing allegation is still in court, but yet she's not even scared coming up with another allegation. You notice that FAYEHUN was actually calling attention to it, that you're coming up with fresh allegations again. Hope they're not going to sue you on this one again, but obviously I think they will eventually sue Natasha on this particular one again. But she claims she have the evidence again, and you can see the moment they dig into her phone, she actually provided some evidences which nobody thinks she had. A lot of people never think Natasha actually had all those evidences on her phone, but yet this woman said it bold and clear. She said she have evidences that is not even related to sexual harassment against Akpabio, meaning that Akpabio is really doing a lot, allegedly. According to what Natasha said in this very video, Akpabio is fond of a lot of crime, according to Natasha. You know, this woman is not scared of anything, even for the fact that they said she should apologize and do a manner of apology and all of that, so that the matter can be forgotten, so that the matter can be swept under carpet, so that the matter can be removed and resolved and she will be reinstated back to the Senate and all of that. The woman said no, she's not going to apologize. Rather, she keep coming up with fresh allegations against Akpabio. Now, we have 12 lawsuits in the court. There are 12 petitions in the court from Natasha only. You know, there are a lot of court cases based on this sexual harassment and all of that, and Natasha isn't backing down and she's not bowing down to prayer at the moment, because a lot of people are saying that Akpabio wanted to put Natasha on prayer. That's why the federal government actually involved themselves in the matter and all of that, so that she can still like, oh, it is the federal government, that she can't defeat the federal government. That's why she will bow to prayer. But this woman refused to bow to prayer, and she made it bold and clear that Yaya Bello is not having any issue with her, aside the assassination attempt allegation that she made against Yaya Bello, that she never come out to say that Yaya Bello actually harassed her sexually, because a lot of people are taking the news up and down. They said Yaya Bello, according to what Natasha said, harassed Natasha sexually. So Natasha said Yaya Bello never do such, that it is only assassination attempt that she alleged Yaya Bello of. And the issue of Reno Mokri, you can see the way she actually addressed it. She said she never addressed that Reno Mokri harassed her sexually and all of that, that she accused Reno Mokri of different thing, And the moment Reno Mokri came out to say that she paid her, or the husband paid her just to make sure the case died, and she said she never paid Reno Mokri, and even her husband did not pay Reno Mokri, that if the issue persists, if the matter continues, that they will summon Reno Mokri to court, and she will have to provide evidence of where she said that Reno Mokri harassed her sexually and where the husband paid Reno Mokri, and that Reno Mokri will provide the payment receipt where she got money from her husband and all of that. Though a lot of people are already saying that payment receipt can be doctored. What if Reno Mokri doctor payment receipt? Then what's Natasha going to do about that? Because they believe that these people can actually go in different mind, extra mind, to actually get what they want and all of that, just to bring someone down. But everything is people's opinion and it's alleged. But based on this Akpabio case, Natasha is coming up with fresh allegation, and she even said a lot. She said a lot of things that I will play to you in my next video. Obviously speaking, a lot of things have been happening in the Senate according to what Natasha said in this video. A lot of things have been happening in the Senate that a lot of people is not even aware of. If they should give them money for a particular project, let's assume Freeze Road for 10 billion naira, and they collect the 10 billion naira, that shows that they will squeeze some certain amount of money to the Senate president pocket, allegedly, according to Natasha. You know, that's what Natasha said, and she isn't backing up on that word. She said it to the face of Akpabio now, for Akpabio to come and defend himself. Is Akpabio collecting money on project padding and all of that? Are they collecting extra money for project, and they will squeeze the life out of the ministers of Tinubu, and they'll collect money and all of that to their own personal pocket? That is the political law, because she addressed Akpabio as one of the political lords, the Alpha and Omegas and all of that. But everything that was said in this video is alleged, because there's no proof, there's not total evidence on what Natasha said. But as the matter remains, she's alleging Akpabio again of project padding and, you know, how they steal money and all of that. That's what is happening. And on the same vein, Natasha made mention of something. She made it bold and clear that she did not give birth to 6 children to 6 children husband, as alleged by a red cap senator. I believe all of us really know the red cap senator that we're actually talking about. Yes, the red cap senator that went to Arise TV to make it known to the general public that Natasha gave birth to 6 children to 6 different husbands, that Natasha is an Ashawa and all of that, those kind of things, you know. And Natasha actually sued her, and the case is still in court and all of that, and the court is already making moves on that. But Natasha cleared the air. She said she never gave birth to 6 children to 6 different husbands, but rather she only have 4 children that she have given birth in her life. And according to her, all the children that she had with her with her step children, that's the husband's children and all of that, because she actually get married to that man in her old age and all of that. So the man have given birth to like 4 children before, and Natasha had given birth to her 4 children. So the total number of children they have in that house is around 8 children. That she have never given birth to 6 children to 6 different husbands. That senator have to go and prove it in court, and that's what is happening at the moment. Now, what do you think regarding everything that was said on this very show? Because Natasha actually cleared the air on a lot of things, and big kudos to ADEOLA FAYEHUN, the credit source. You know, this woman actually did a very good job by bringing a lot of people to our platform. Now, drop your opinion in the comment section of this video regarding everything that was said in this video, as I'm gonna need to get another 20 for you, and share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video, and bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body, day for pastor with the line on top, be pastor for LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.